Okay, let's see, where were we? Trying to get this line to happen for us. And so, yeah, we were over here, kind of lining these guys up. And I think I was going to join these and just kind of create a temporary triangle. We'll see how temporary it ends up being at the end of the day, but let's see. I think I might need to lose some of these. The easiest thing to do here might be to just go ahead and collapse that like that. And then I can work on getting this guy over here where I need it to be. And even this. Probably going to need to move it at least over here. Probably at a minimum. And then I can just start edge sliding all these guys. Let me start with like that. Alright. Get this line straightened up here. Yeah, get on over there. Okay. And then I have this long expanse I've got to clean up with probably this line right here. So let me get rid of this one, because that's going to get rid of this triangle. Let's try to get ahead of the curve here. And then, let's see, this one here. Man, that's going to make a lot of space if I get rid of that one, won't it? I don't know, we'll see. Get rid of that triangle down there. Uh-oh. Yeah, we'll have to just see about cleaning this up with some of these, spreading them out. And then, alright. Yeah, let's get this guy. Here, let's get this guy moved up. About like that. And then we got to kind of work on this. To be a bit like that. That creates kind of a mess in here. It's really spread out. Probably gonna have to add an extra one in here, aren't I? Alright, so let's just grab this. Let's slide it up here. Let me add another one this way, and then let's see what we can do about getting our geometry back. Alright. Yeah. Oop, no, I don't want to do that one over there, though. Just want to move this guy. Probably move this guy over here. Alright, let's see about... about that then. A little better. Still have, I mean, this is going to be what that is. Okay. But let's move this. Move this over here a little bit. I need to be able to actually see the line, but I want to move it back. About like that. Maybe I'll move this guy just a little bit down here. Alright, that's looking better. Alright, now I have this big wide open space here, so we got to space it out. Try to get it to look a little bit more sensible. Can't have so much low polyness going on. So let's go from here to here. And let's keep on keeping on. Let me grab more of these. Kind of doing the whole, come on. Come on. Okay. Now let's grab these, but let's say not that. Let's try to space out our geometry a little bit here. Something like that. Alright. Still have good reflections all the way through. Thank you, shrinkwrap modifier. Would not be possible without you. Alright, let's give this a quick copy and apply on the shrinkwrap. Oh, come on. Okay. And this guy looks a little funky. Maybe try to straighten that out a little bit. Alright. Cool, we're getting somewhere. That means now that I have my seam line... Oh, I don't have it completed though. I have to actually finish what I was trying to do here. So, let's see. These are still kind of wonky, aren't they? Okay. So it's this line here I'm trying to get and basically connect it to this line here. So I can actually just kind of join them if I wanted to. I can hit J. And, whoa, okay, that's a huge mess. We don't want to do that. Well, these got out of whack because I just did the shrink wrap. Kind of clean it up. Let's get this realigned. Get these realigned. Back where they belong. And let's see. Let's go ahead and join that one. Then we'll knife cut from here all the way to here. Oops. Did that actually go? Let's try that again. It kind of got a little bit of a misclick going on there. There we go. Alright. So let's get rid of some triangles. Highlight that one, but not that one, and we'll just collapse those. Alright. Let's collapse this here. Collapse that there. This can be a... Well, we don't want to make that a quad because I need that line. And let's see. Let's see. We can collapse this if we're so inclined. I'm going to run out of geometry here. Keep going. It might actually end up working out okay if I throw this in here like that. And then what I should do really is go through and space everything out evenly. So now I have my line going across here. So I still have some triangles, a few triangles. And let's see, what might be the best way to get rid of these? I might want to connect this line going this way. So let's see if I can kind of start wrapping these up. I don't know if that's going to actually work. I have to do that every way up, wouldn't I? And the other option is to just keep collapsing geometry until you're out of the wrong kind of geometry. Right? It's very low poly again. Yeah. And then what happens if you want to do that? I guess that happens. So, I mean, yeah, I guess we can make this work with some spacing. So, I mean, this is really tight together, and we don't really want our geometry that close together. So we may just have to do a bit of spacing now to get everything kind of back where it needs to be. So let me go ahead and save, because I may end up undoing this. But, yeah. Let's give this a try. Let's space these out. Oops. Not you. You! And this is just me being very finicky about mesh and reflections and everything. So there's no guarantee I'm even going to keep this. It's just I want to see what it looks like if I can space this out. Why are you doing that? Come on now. There we go. Alright. Alright, let's see what happens if I space that out. Should get everything evenly spaced. That way. Now. Well, that ended up being a little bit weird. Why is that like that? That's not evenly spaced. Must be a, maybe I go to the mirror. Man, I've got some serious, like, lag going on my computer right now. Come on. Turn clipping off. Oh man, this is like almost unusable. What's going on? Alright, here, let me, let's save. Let me close out Blender and relaunch it. I don't know what's going on. Alright. Let me check out Task Manager real quick. Everything seems to be alright memory-wise and whatnot. Alright, let's get that going again. Alright, so here's where we were. It's going to go turn clipping off on the mirror. Hit space. Well, it still does that. That's alright, I guess I'll just fix it manually. Let's kind of clean it up. Spacing operation there. Alright, so now I kind of want to... I'm a little reluctant to space things out this way. So that's gonna, yeah, that's gonna be kind of a... I'm gonna have to do it manually, I think. Probably need to do something like this and just move that out. About like that. And then kind of the same thing over here. Let's just move this out over here. Maybe I can give this a little bit more room. I mean, with the shrinkwrap modifier, it's not too big a problem. Should still look fine. For the most part, it does. Alright, so now I just got to make my seams. This is what all of this has been about. So let's do there. Moving on through here, and then I kind of lost my. I'll bring that back later. Anyway, let's get out of. Get back into studio mode, and we're looking for this line here, I believe. Or is it this one? I don't know which one it is. It's gonna be this one, I think. Yeah. Alright, so deselect that. It should go here, and then through, down this way. Alright. And, oh, I missed a couple. Don't miss these. Alright. Let's go ahead and add our bevel now. It's going to be a 5-way bevel. 3, 4, 5. It's a nice thin one. So that should give us, yeah, our crease that we've been looking for up here. And then this will give us our option through here for our bumper line. Just gotta kind of go select it. May end up having to come in here and mess with that just a little, maybe. Alright, and so what you would do is going to save it. Alright. Basically go and remove it from the shrink wrap group and Alt-S. And that's about what my seam for the bumper is going to look like. And that'll also be like part of the seam for the trunk, and I should have thought about that already. So let me undo. Let's not do this just yet. Now that I think about it, I want to have kind of a trunk of some sort. Let me figure out, where do I want that to go? So here's the glass. So the trunk should probably go, you know, right about here. And so let me go ahead and get it into position. Which means I should probably figure out what I want to do about the rear glass now. So I don't necessarily... I don't want that seam, though, to be part of like this seam that we were going to use. I want a different one. Let me go back into top view. I can probably repurpose an existing line. Yeah, I'll probably repurpose this one here. Yeah, we can use that as part of our little roof bump and our, yeah, okay. Trying to think like a chess player and get as many seams, and see that can be part of, that's not really going to be a seam though. Just like a blackout trim. That's not something we're going to deal with. Alright. So yeah, I've got to think about everything though. I've got to think about all the seams I'm going to end up using. I need to mark them because I'm going to lose them in my mind. So let me figure out a way. I'll just mark them sharp for now. Obviously I won't leave them sharp, but I just kind of want to, so that I have a visual cue as to where my seams are going to go. So let me mark them up. And I'll know where to put them. Probably want to clean that up a little bit too in there. Alright, so let's just mark this like with a sharp edge. And that'll at least give me a visual cue where my seams are running. And let's straighten this out some. Kind of want to just do this trick to them, right? Not that. Nope. Space them out evenly, you know? I've kind of gone a little off the reservation with these. Whoa, whoa! Alright, let's space those out evenly. Alright, that's a lot better, I think. Okay. Alright, so now I was doing this guy here. So this is going to be part of my trunk seam. And let's take a look at a picture. Let's take a look at a picture. So, yeah, you can see the seam that we have used here actually lines up pretty well with this. Where the, oh, look at that, how the trunk goes. Kind of juts out, doesn't it? Down the side and down. Instead of just being straight down, it kind of does this thing. How does that look on the blueprints? Oh, there it is. Maybe I should consider that. I don't know if I want to be that much of a purist, though. No, maybe I do. Maybe I do want to be a purist about it. How would I do it? Alright, so let's get rid of the sharp edges there. Smooth edges. And then the idea would be to go from here down this way with the trunk seam. Yeah. So we could do something like this. See, this one's already kind of in line, isn't it? You don't have much geometry to do that, though. Like if I knife cut this from here down, like there's geometry there, there's enough there. I might have enough. Okay, that might work. Well, let's see. This I'm probably going to end up needing to do something like, we gotta get rid of this triangle. I have to do something like, back in the top view, there. Already got a ton of geometry going here. So I'm looking at this, like this would be my line now. Right about there. Right? And then this would be the glass would be here. So that's another line. Alright, so now that basically is trunk and glass. I just have to clean up the mesh now. Well, this is a quad here, that's nice, but this is a triangle. That's not nice. So, I mean, we can start getting rid of, again, geometry, which makes it low poly again. And just work it. Okay, well, at least that's a quad. And then I have this, which we can probably just get rid of it. I was kind of want to get rid of some density in here, wasn't I? What happens if I do that? I get another triangle. I don't think I need this one, do I? So what if I... Come on. What if I do something like that? We merge that one in there. And then grab all of these guys. This whole line and merge it down this way. Quad's a triangle. Yeah, it didn't really fix anything, did it? And that's easy enough to straighten out. But this... just keep moving triangles around. Alright, well, I mean... I hate triangles. What if I just get rid of this one? There, now that's a quad. because I have sharp edges, all these little things show up. And that's okay. Because those are going to be seams eventually. But otherwise, I mean, it looks alright. Looks like we'll be alright with this. Alright, I think we're off to a decent start here. Alright, so that gives me a trunk. Now let's finish off this rear glass. That's going to be up here. Oh look, I've already got a line in pretty good condition, or pretty good shape for it. So we'll just kind of move it just a bit there. Get it into position. And we'll edge slide this one down like so. Don't really want to make too many waves with that because I want that seam to stay there. And oh yeah, I wasn't going to use this as my window seam. I was going to use this as my window seam here. So let me take a look here. I might need one more line of geometry to actually pull that off the way I want to, which would be something like this. That might actually work alright. So this would basically be my window here. Alright, so that basically becomes my window outline. Probably try to make this a little more rounded there. Then you've got to deal with like your hood bumps, which is this one from here. Let me figure out what I'm going to do about the windshield, and I'll do the hood bump thing last. 'Cause we're almost done with all the stuff that matters in here, because I think the door will be entirely separate. I'm looking at the pictures, like the door, yeah, we'll do like a door and a quarter window, and that'll be its own thing. We don't have to trip too much on that, because it's pretty separated from the rest of this. So it's just, this is all kind of complicated and overlapping, and I just want to do it once, you know, one seam, one time, thinking ahead as far as I possibly can manage my limited brain capacity. Alright, let's get this line lined up here, because that makes a good windshield line. Will you, or the, yeah, this is going to be released, there's a question in chat about whether or not this is going to be released publicly. Yes, it is. It is going to be part of the vanilla game, so whenever I'm done with it, I will put it into the game, and it'll be part of just the regular game. You won't have to download it on the workshop or anything, it'll just be in there. Anyway, so yeah, this line here was my windshield, or my line for there, so I need to make it my line for the glass over here, which is going to be pretty close, like about like that. So that means this to here, to here, to here, and then like over to here, down there. Kind of needs to be the same seam as this. Yeah, because that's like a trim piece basically, and I could probably... there is a trim piece there on the actual car. Could probably add that. Where are we at? Where would you go, car? Give me a picture of the front. Good picture of the front. Well, I had a better one somewhere, didn't I? Must have. Somewhere. Well, let me just zoom in then. No, it looks like it's just glass. Okay. Let's just, yeah. So I won't worry about trimming that up. So let's go ahead and give that a sharp edge so I can visualize it. So that's all going to be one seam. And then let's take a look at our roofity bumps, which are going to be these guys from here to here. And they're already pretty much lined up. Let me double check. Let's just make sure they are where they belong. Yep. Yep. Let me get out of this mode there. And that should probably go right about there. And this should probably go about here. Okay, so now that's going to be a sharp edge. Oops. This guy needs to go over here. Alright. I temporarily mark that. So, and then I have this inner line right here for the other hood bump. The other section. And this will all be done with bevels. It'll be one giant bevel. Just to keep the intersections clean. Unlike what I did with the front bumper, where I kind of did the front bumper into the hood as an afterthought. Here I'm thinking ahead, and everything will be one clean, gigantic bevel for seams and body lines, and it should look pretty good. So, alright, go ahead and make that a sharp edge. So now, that should be everything. That should be a front window, the hood bump, the rear window, the seam that we have going here. Actually, that seam should that continue through the trunk, or should the trunk just kind of start rounding off? I don't know. What if I bring that guy down a little? I'll bring this guy down a little. I think the trunk, yeah, I think I'm going to go without the seam, without the bevel on the trunk. It'll already be pretty tight with these lines, and I may actually spread these out some. In fact, let me do that now. Let me at least spread this one out. Put it out here. Just to kind of take away from the sharpness. I don't want it to be too sharp. And the tightness of this is going to make it kind of sharp. So let me just grab one more. Just kind of do like that. And that ought to smooth it out some. Make it a little bit smoother of a trunk transition there. Alright. Let's give this a go. Let's give this a gigantic seam. Seam to end all seams. Oops. I don't want to select all this stuff. What are you guys doing over here? What are you guys up to? No, no, go back. Alright, there we go. So I want those, and I want all of... Oh, but no. I need to get into edge select mode, because I have these that are all right next to each other. Okay. Moving on down. Moving on down. Yes, whoops. There, there. Not that one. Okay, I think they're all selected. Alright, let me give it a save real quick like. Let's go ahead and get rid of the sharp edges. Get rid of the sharp edges by putting smooth edges. And now let's just seam this. See what happens. Give it a little 5-way bevel all the way across. There we go. And that should do nicely. Alright. So that's a seam, that's a seam, that's a seam. This is just a body line. So I'll actually deselect some of this stuff. Because I want to assign the material. These are just body lines. So I just want to assign the material that I'm going to need for the seam. Seams, plural. Let's deselect. making sure everything is deselected as it should be. So we have just the seams. Alright, let me go ahead and add the lip placement material to that. Assign it. So now we can see an outline of our seams. Alright, and then alright, let me get out of here real quick. And let's apply our let's copy and apply our shrinkwrap modifier. Alright, let's jump back in here. Gonna do this guy, this guy, this guy. I want to preview the look, remember. And let's see. That guy, that guy, that one, that one, that one. And that one there. If you recall, we had done this before just to check to see what our seams look like. They should be just fine. These will be nice looking seams. Alright. So remove from the shrink wrap. Alt S, scale them in. About like so. And yeah, I kind of made that mistake before. I need to put it back into paint so I can actually see it. And there we go. So we got our trunk, we got our window, we've got our body line going over the crease going over there. I've got some weirdness going on here. I'll have to figure out what's going on. Yeah, there's the seam going down here, there's a seam up there. Once we apply materials, this will start making a lot more sense. I don't know what happened here. Oh, it's just scaled in the wrong direction. It's no big deal. Because we're undoing that anyway. Because I just want to get back to the point where I had the lip placement material. Why are you still whacked out? Undo, undo. There we go. Okay. Cool. Alright. We're getting somewhere. Look at that. Look at that. I gotta do the door and the window. Cool. Yeah. Alright, so we got our... Let me do the roof detail, because that was one thing that is not really a seam feature so much as it is just a detail. Let me just try to figure out exactly what I want to do with this. I'm going to select that much of it. Something like that. And if I just Alt S and have it come up a little, and it won't do anything because it's on a shrink wrap, but here's another trick I can do. I'm going to take these and I'm going to assign it to something called shrink 2. I'm going to assign it to shrink 2. I'm going to remove it from shrink 1, and you see it'll go up, which is what I was after. But I want to continue to shrink wrap it, even though it's probably not important because everything's pretty much all set. So I'm going to actually copy the shrink wrap modifier and change this to shrink 2, and you'll see it gets sucked back down. I'm going to change the offset though to something like -3 millimeters, or does it need to be 3 millimeters? Positive 3 millimeters. Yeah, something like that. So now it'll just kind of stick up. So it's still using the shrink wrap, it's just using it with an offset. And yeah, okay. So now I have my roof bumps, which we can probably assign a separate material. And not too shabby, huh? Not too shabby. I kind of feel like something didn't go right. Something didn't go right. Yep, something went wrong over here. Okay, I gotta undo because I had auto merge editing on. I think. Or no, I just didn't have enough selected. I have auto merge on. Okay, so I meant to have just some more of this selected. That's what happened. I meant to have that much selected. I think. Because I did that over here, didn't I? Yeah, I did. Alright, so let's try that again. We will remove From shrink, we'll add it to shrink 2. Same as before, assign it. Go to the modifiers, copy, shrink 2, 3mm offset. Whoop. Oh, I think I actually have to move it. Get it to not look bad. There we go. Alright, now the reflections are making sense. Cool, let's take a look at it with our matte cap on. Alright, kind of got our hood bump feature going on there, and okay. So look at the reflections. Look at that. How nice is that, huh? Got our reflections passing evenly between all of our gaps and panels and everything. Heck yeah. Heck yeah. Cool. Alright. Looking good, looking good. Pretty happy about all that. Alright, let's get back into studio mode. Alright, and then I think we'll try to get these doors done now. Let's take a look. So this is going to be something that does this. I may even like to, if you look at the picture, it cuts the fender off, right? So like the fender stops here, and then you're part of this. This is a rocker panel, quarter and a rocker panel. So I could do that just to kind of keep the flow going, right? You can see it in some of these other pictures somewhere, like here. So you can do that, have it come up, have a seam do that, then have a seam kind of do this and wrap around here. So yeah, I think that's what I'll do next. And I'll have to give it this like little bit of rubber trim around the glass, and maybe give it like a little mirror thing, even though the mirror's sitting on the door. I don't know. I'll think about that. I'll think about that. So what I have to do to make this happen is just start lining a bunch of stuff up again. So that's fun. Let's pick some lines based on what kind of mesh we have available. So this would be a good line to use for our door right here, because the other one's already got a seam on it. That's just kind of our body line. I'd rather not use that one. I'd rather use this one. Or maybe I can add an extra loop. Maybe I should just add one. I don't know. Maybe that won't help. Let's take a look at it from the side. I don't have to get a lot of these out of the way. Yeah, I'm going to move a ton of these. So let's start moving this. We just got to start moving. Start moving this one. Let's move it over. About like that. Kind of got to do the same thing over here. Let's move it over, make it tighter. Alright, do the same thing over here. I'll move it over. Keep it tight up here. Alright, does that give me enough room? Still doesn't have enough room. Oh man. That sucks. Oh, it's so tight in here. It's not good when you get the mesh that tight up in there. You get these tight lines like this that we don't really want. And while it does bulge, if you remember, it's kind of got this bulging feature to it. So it's not the end of the world. Wonder if this will work. Let me try enable proportional editing. Yeah, it doesn't really work with an edge slide. It will work if I did this. So maybe I'll do that. Just move it in this way. Yeah, that's probably the best way to do it. And then I will kind of grab some of these and bring them back a little. Fiddly fiddly. Okay, let's just straighten this one out here. Get this kind of middled out. Something like so. Alright, that gives me some room to work with for this guy, which goes all the way back there. And that's okay. We don't need to move all of it. Let's just like select that much of it for now. And I want to move this out this way. Something like that. Now, let's try to get these all lined up. And this is going to be my door seam. Let me make sure I turn auto merge editing off. I don't want stuff to get glued together. Okay. Now let's see. Now a lot of this in here is doing the shaping of the car body. We need to maintain that. So I just got to kind of pick one of the lower lines. It's another tough one. It's another difficult one to deal with here. Think about how I want to handle that. Maybe I'll just sidetrack myself for a little bit. I'll think about it while I get some of these into position. Alright, so that's a start. And, alright, so I mean I'm going to have to kind of like start flowing these this way. Yeah. Let's see if I can't. Come on. Do something like that. And let me see if I can just kind of keep doing that. Something like that. And this is going to obviously need to go look a little bit better. I want that to be a weird looking triangle, and these don't have to be so close together. Spread that out a little bit. Alright, and then we can just kind of start grabbing these and bring them in. And I'll fix this here in a second. I'm going to give myself some more room to work with. Barely. Maybe, maybe not. I need to keep moving some of these over some more. A little bit tighter. Really there yet, am I? Alright, let's get rid of one of these lines. Let's turn on auto merge editing. I'm sure it's not important. It's not. Let's stick that one together like that. Alright, let me jump back in here. There, now I have some room to work with. Alright, so I'm going to keep going a little bit more. Let's see, that gets us into kind of this part of the dip. Kind of considering making this into a triangle here, which would probably be fine, where depending on, you know, judging by where it's located, and then I can just start moving some of these other guys down, I guess. Let's see, so if I'm going to use this one, I need to move, what, one, yeah, I need to move a couple of these down a little bit. So let's grab this guy, whoops, let's grab this guy here, and let's move it down, and I'll line it to the bottom, down here like so, and we'll do the same thing over here. Do something like that. We'll probably start bringing this back up over in this area. Alright, then I can just bring this one down, bring that one down. And hopefully that leaves me with enough geometry to keep this this look going. So let me take a look at it with the shading off. And it's become a little bit low poly in there. That's that triangle. Drats. I mean, I guess I could get rid of it by doing something like that. Of course, that makes it even lower poly than it was before. So I'm going to have to do something about the lack of geometry in this area. Probably just throw one or two loops in here, and then throw, I hate to throw any in there because this is pretty tight. Let's see, how's that look? Well, that cleans it up pretty decently. It's still, yeah, it's still pretty stretched out here. Probably gonna have to do it anyway. Oops, hands up. Yeah, that mostly cleans that up, but it just creates sharp creases up here. Yeah, creates some issues. But I'll just deal with these later. Just like I'm going to deal with these later. I just kind of want to get the door seam, the bottom part of the door seam figured out. So we're almost there. Let's just get these in line where they need to be. be pretty clear sailing from here. Oops, not what I wanted to do. Let's see what's going on here. A bunch of extra geometry I don't need. Some weird stuff going on underneath here that I don't want to see. I may end up redoing these because they're just so terrible. They become terrible. And let's move that one up here. Let's move this guy up at least. Okay. Once I put a door seam in there, that ought to help that out quite a lot. Cool. Alright. So let's actually, yeah, we can start spreading this out a little bit. Just try to, like, help it out. You can see we got some weirdness going on up here. So let's make sure that everything is in the correct group, right? Okay. Select it through there. Select it through here. Through here. Through there. Through here. Through here. Come on, get it all. There we go. Alright, let's make sure that that is all part of Shrink 2 and is not part of Shrink 1. Alright, so we may need to copy and apply these. Not sure. Let's try copy and apply. Oh, wait a second. Oh, that's what's going on. Let's copy and apply that one. And then let's copy and apply this one. See what's going on. So why do I have this whole section here that's sunk in? It's kind of weird that that ended up sunk in like that. Let's see if I can unsink it in. Should be up here. Should be up there. There we go. Using our... And did I just mess up because yeah, I think I might have left auto merge editing on, and that probably made a mess. No, I just have... Yeah, I have a different kind of mess going on. This has somehow become overlapped. No, here. Should be like out here. I don't know how it's become inboard. There. Yeah, I probably got to do the same thing over here. Got a little bit of out of wackiness going on, and I'm not sure why. Something got a little out of wacky. Well, let's just get it back in wacky. so it's not so wacky. Okay. Alright. Back to the doors. Oh dear. Good times. Alright, so where are we at? Let's go back in studio mode. So I got this line traced out. I got this one traced out to here. That one going up to here. So now it's time to work on what is essentially our glass section. So I think I can kind of go, have the seam go up to here, and then it can cut across to here. We'll go from there to, let's start thinking about, hold on, before I get any further. No, that's right. This needs to be, yeah, that'll be good. That'll work. Yeah, let's grab this up to here, across to here, all the way through to, let's say there. Ooh, getting lost again. Alright, start doing some edge slides here. Get them up on the blueprints. Oops. Let me turn down the volume so the Discord doesn't keep blowing up. I'm blowing up the chat here. Blowing up my microphone. And, oh, this needs to go over further. Something like there. Let me make sure, yeah, auto merge editing off. Bring that one in. That one seems like it should be up there. I can bring that back in line later. Tight over here. Yeah, this is definitely a grind getting to this point. Alright, we're getting somewhere. Alright, so I guess this one would be the one that comes out here. Something like that should function. Getting somewhere, ever so slowly. It's happening. Alright, that's part of my door seam. I don't want to lose that. So, okay. Let's keep going. I have to keep bringing this all down bit by bit, looks like. remember, I'm working in that section now where I said I was going to fix it later. And the reason why I didn't fix it then is because I knew I was going to be butchering it some more. And here I am, butchering it some more. Gotta break it before you can fix it. Let me try and bring these down a little bit more here. We're getting somewhere here. Slowly but surely, something's happening. Gotta kind of wing that one with the mirror in the way. Drag that one down there. We're just about where we need to be. Alright, and so let's bring that one down there. We'll bring this one down here and this one down. Yeah. Okay. So I think that's the whole damn thing, isn't it? Let's start marking some of these. Or lighten them up here. So the idea was to go... something isn't quite right here. No, it is. That's fine. That's exactly where it needs to be. Just need to grab this guy down to say here. Alright. Do this guy here, this guy here. Oh, heads up. I don't want all that mess. I do want this mess, though. Alright, let's grab those. Yeah. Not in the right spot. Hold on a second. Yeah, right here to here. Come on. Bring it on down. Why does it look... What? Oh, I grabbed the wrong lines. Oh, that sucks. Oh, I got lost up here, as it turns out. So I have to get unlost. As it turns out, I tricked myself into believing that I was good at this. And it's just not true. Oh, good times. Let's try this again. Yeah, I wonder if any of you saw that. You guys see me doing that, make that mistake? Here we go. Seriously, one of these days, this will be a completed car. Not even that long from now. It just feels like it's going to be forever. Alright. Let's give this a try again. Oop. No, it goes from there to there, don't it? Yeah. There, down this way. Alright. So that don't quite seem all that pretty. Why this is sucked in like that, I don't know. It's not really, though. Let me try copy and apply a regular shrink wrap modifier. It doesn't mess up my roof. It didn't. Should straighten all this out. Still a little funky looking. Yeah, something ain't quite straight here. Come on. I grabbed the wrong line is why. Did I? Oh man, come on. What? Oh, because I just did the shrink wrap modifier. Now it is kind of out of whack. I guess that's where my door seam's going to go, huh? If I leave it alone, that's what it's going to end up. And I don't want this little kink in here. Everything else looks fine. So what I should probably do is just see if I can do something like that. Go off the blueprints just for a minute. Let me see if that helps. Copy, apply. Yeah, that'll work. That should work. Maybe I want to go down just a touch there. I don't know. Maybe I don't. Maybe what I really want is something like that. That should be alright. Oops. Alright, let's try to get this situated so we can call it a day. Just want to get this seam handled. Almost there. And so that should give me my door seam, and then I can work on doing insets and other things here in a little bit. But first, let's save the file. Let's go ahead and give this its bevel. See how that looks. A 5-way bevel, nice thin one. Alright. Let's grab the middle lines all the way through. There we go. Middle line, middle line, middle line, middle line. There we go. Middle one. There we go. Alright. So let's go ahead and remove it from the shrink wrap group, and we'll alt scale it inward. And let's have a look at that. Heck yeah. A lot of trouble, but worth the effort, huh? Alright, good clean seams. We can riff off of this here. We can, you know, make our little moldings off of this, and this is going to need, because if we look at the pictures, so you can see the seam in here. So that's just pretty much a solid piece of glass. And so we should probably just build a trim, just a simple trim that goes all the way around. And, you know, maybe something there. I don't know. I don't want to make it too complicated. It looks like it's just a seam. Cool. Alright, so we just basically make a little trim around here. And, alright, so we're going to do that, but I need to, as we've done before, undo, get back to a situation where I've gone a little too far. Alright, well, I guess I got to reselect all this stuff. I'm going to reselect this whole seam. So that I can apply its material. I have to do a little bit of work in here, because that kind of got a little bit, Yeah, I did the rear one after, which is what I should have done. Should have done these wheel wells after applying the modifiers, not before, because this is kind of just weird. So I'll fix that up next. So let's go ahead and apply the lip material to this. Assign it. Alright, so there we go. That should give me my seam outline. Cool. Things are looking good. Alright, let's fix this up, because this is just weird. Alright, what I'm going to do, I think I'm just going to delete these. And I'll basically just redo it. Let's just delete those. I'm going to grab this guy here. And this guy's got a little seam. This guy, we can just delete those. Don't need those. There we go. And, oh, got the same thing going on over here. Let's pick those guys out and delete those. Now I should be able to select the whole thing. Yeah. Alright. Let's go into bounding box. Center. Let's extrude. Scale along the Y. Inward some. Do that bit there. Active elements. Scale along the Z. Let's get rid of this. No, let's leave the sharp edge for now. Alright, now we'll extrude along the X. And let me line it up with the back here. SX0. Like a soul. Cool. Now, this does not need to be a sharp edge, but it does need to be moved a bit. Let's smooth that edge. Let's make sure that this is not lip material in here that I've extruded out. So let's make sure that that's paint. Should actually be plastic. Now that I'm thinking about this. Alright, let's go ahead and add in another material. This should just be plastic, since we're doing materials. Let's go ahead and assign that. Okay. There we go. Now, let's go to side view, and we'll go back to bounding box. Actually, no. Let's stick with active element for now. Scale along the Z until it comes down some. Now switch over to bounding box. Scale along the Y. Just kind of taper it in a little bit. Help us hide the chassis. We don't want to go too crazy with that though, because then you'll just start clipping into tires. Alright, so let's make this plastic. Assign that. So that's starting to make a little more sense, right? Starting to get the idea of what we're after. I don't think I'm going to do the hood materials and the bumper materials and all that stuff until after I do the UVs and the seams, because I have to reassign seam materials. Oh, I guess I could do, I don't know. I mean, I guess I could do this much of it. I'm not sure there's really much of a purpose to it, other than like reminding myself to do it, right? So that could be bonnet. Let's go ahead and assign that bonnet material. Something like that. And then we have a front bumper material. Make sure I didn't get any of my lip material changed, because I want to make sure the lip material stays lip material. Okay, looks like I've got it. Alright, so we'll do bumper now, I guess. Something like that. Down through here. Down this way. I've got too much selected. Alright, then let's jump right in here, and we'll go down here. We'll go up to here, go up to here, go down here. Alright, that should be bumper. And I don't think there's front and rear bumpers anymore. I think everything is just a bumper. Like, I don't think you get the choice to make a rear bumper different from a front bumper. So I guess I'll just do like that. And I'll deselect this, and we'll make that a bumper material like so. And let's do something like this up here. I can grab from that corner to that corner. Let's make that like two-tone. Okay. And let's do some glass. So from like there to there, and down here to up here, back down that way. Okay. But not these guys. Don't want to involve these materials. Don't want to change that. Stay lip placement for now. And then from like here to up there maybe, back down here. Okay, and then that is window. Windows, a sign. And, oh, I never, at least I have an idea of what I'm looking at now. But I need to do my, my trim around here. So, what do I want to do to make this trim? I can probably just start pushing these from here to here. I don't know if there's enough geometry, though. I mean, I probably just want to actually do more something of an inset. This is probably going to end up being weird if I try this. Oops. That's just going to be really Alright, so I think the easiest thing to do here will be to do an inset, and which means I'll just delete this, honestly. So I guess I just kind of did the side windows for nothing. Let me delete all that. Grab this edge loop right there, and I hit F. Just create an N-gon. Alright, now I'll hit I to inset it. About like so. That should be pretty solid. And then, probably want to bring this glass in. So let's extrude it inward. And I'm going to extrude, and so it should go down this way. And you see it's not going to really go in, obviously. Whoops. Go in, obviously, because, come on. Let me undo it real quick. Alright. Let me get it extruded in as far as I want it, which will be about that deep. So now what I got to do is we're going to keep riffing on these shrinkwrap modifiers, right? Let me copy this one. Let me come down here and create a shrink3 group. I'm going to assign, then remove. Well, hold on a second. I want to assign to 3. I want to remove from 1. There. Alright, now I can come down here and I'm going to do shrink3, and we'll give it the offset. I think this will be -3 millimeters or something like that. Should sink it in, right? Let's see which direction is which. 3 millimeters. Make sure I got that right. So let's remove, assign, shrink3. Yeah, it's just because it's an N-gon. It's going to be looking funny for now. Alright, so let me, let's make this trim material real quick. I'll call it window trim. Assign. Okay. I'm going to make this big face, and we'll just assign that windows. And then what we got to do is end up facing this all back up. Okay, so what's going to be the best way to do this? We had 2 going across. What do we have going on here? What I should have done was paid attention. I could have just like copied what I had. But I think it's probably just going to be something like this. Let me, if I do that, not that. You do that and I join those, then that would be a quad and that would be a quad. So let's try that. Let's try squaring this back up here. Whoa. And I could probably like try bridge edge loops and some other things, and it might actually have made more sense to just, and I think it does actually, now that I'm thinking about it. Let me just delete this. Delete that face. Grab this edge. What do we got going on here? What am I looking at? Okay, there we go. Let's grab this edge and just start filling it up. Like that. Okay. Then I should have not done so much of that. Should probably stop right there, because I need 2 edge loops this way. So now I can take that one, join it up with that one, take this one, join it up with that one. Let's see. And fill that. Let's join that one there. Oh no, that's probably right. I think this one would need to be joined down there. Or fill that. That leaves me with 1, 2, 3, yeah, 4. Fill that one, and that leaves me with 1, 2, 3, 4. Fill that one. Gives me all quads there. Alright. Try selecting everything here. Get it back into window material. And we'll have to come back over here and do something like this. Whoops. This all needs to be lip placement. Like that. For now at least. And then let's just sharp edge this from there to there and on down to here and there, and let's sharpen that edge, give it sharp edges, and that should straighten up our glass. Alright, cool. Now we got window trim with seams running through it, and we got glass and everything. That should probably not be a seam up there. That's fine. That's fine. Cool. Alright, a little funkiness going on. What's going on there? Oh, you know, I think I have, yep. I have a face connected to the wrong space. Let's just get rid of some of these faces and we'll fix it up. Alright. 1, 2, 3, 4. Fill. Fill. From there to there. Make it glass. Here, here, and here. Make it sharp. That should straighten that up. Yep. Alright. Well, what do you think? We have gotten somewhere. Alright. This is most of the hard work done. Yeah. Getting this far is, yeah, that's kind of the hard part, and I think it came out pretty good. So let's see, I'm going to call it a day here today on this, and let's see, what I'm going to do tomorrow, probably work on some other variants. I need to make a convertible, probably need to do a hard top and a soft top convertible, and then I think I'm going to do a mid-engine and a Panamera sort of thing. So I'll do like a longer wheelbase. Like I'll stick these wheels out here a little bit more so that we can kind of get a 4-door Panamera going, and so we can also do kind of a mid-engine, you know, super duper car going kind of thing. So yeah, making other variations of this theme is next, I think. And yeah, we'll do that tomorrow. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. yeah, if you have any questions, again, leave them in the comments. These videos will stay up. I'll eventually timestamp them like I did my other ones. And then, yeah, it'll be a good reference point, I think. So anyway, yeah, see you guys tomorrow.